Clear the concept first. God has not come into being. He has always existed. This is something we can prove mathematically. For example, 2 plus 2 equals 4. No matter how much anyone tries to make it 5 or 3, this mathematical equation remains constant. Similarly, it has been established that the universe did not exist earlier. During the 17th and 18th centuries, there was a belief in the steady-state theory that the universe had always existed in the same state. However, this perspective is no longer valid in the modern era. After the Big Bang, astronomer Edwin Hubble observed through his telescope that all celestial bodies are moving away from each other. By studying the light spectrum, he noticed a redshift, indicating that these celestial bodies are receding. This observation logically suggests that, if time were reversed, all matter in the universe would converge at a single point. For instance, if you throw multiple balls in all directions, they will move away from each other, but their origin would trace back to one starting point. Scientists have named this initial state a point of infinite density and zero volume. This event, known as the Big Bang, marked the universe's beginning. Even a tiny disturbance in the first trillionth of a second after the Big Bang could have prevented the universe's formation. This precision highlights the fine-tuning in the universe. The Earth's perfect distance from the Sun, the gravitational forces, and the precise speed of its orbit all point to an organized design. These conditions make it clear that creation has occurred. The question is whether there is a creator behind it. Understanding such intricate systems requires immense intellect. DNA's structure, the harmony in the universe, and the intricate balance of life are so complex that humans are still discovering their depths. Science can uncover natural laws, but it cannot create them. For example, we observe that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, but this discovery doesn't mean we created the sun. Similarly, knowing that a chick hatches from an egg after 22 days of warmth doesn't mean we created the chick. Even the hen doesn't know how it creates life within. Crocodiles, elephants, and humans are unaware of all their internal qualities. Science continues to explore these mysteries, but behind this organized order, there must be an intellect or brain guiding it. Mathematics and physics establish this idea. For instance, the second law of thermodynamics states that entropy or disorder either remains constant or increases. If an explosion occurs, everything scatters, and no random event can reorganize the scattered parts into their original state. To restore order after disorder, effort, resources, and intellect are required. This implies that the current organized state of the universe is the result of a conscious mind or design. Consider Earth's biodiversity. Over 2 million species exist, each with unique traits. It's impossible to fully comprehend or explain how they were formed without acknowledging an intellect behind their design. Thus, the presence of an intellect guiding the universe is undeniable. A scientist once remarked that the phenomenon of human existence coming into being on its own is the most perplexing of all phenomena. The concept of human existence as a self-made phenomenon is likened to an absurd scenario where a tornado assembles a Boeing 747 from scraps of debris. This analogy highlights the improbability of complexity arising without an intelligent designer. Some skeptics argue, however, that if a human, being such a complex entity, cannot exist without a creator, then the creator must be even more complex and should also require a creator. This idea, known as the ultimate Boeing 747 argument, suggests an infinite regress of creators creating creators. To address this, consider the concept of a necessary being, one that exists independently and has always existed. This necessary being is not bound by the rules governing created entities, such as causation or temporal beginnings. The Quranic definition of God supports this. He begets not, nor is he begotten. This means God is not created and has no origin. He exists beyond time and causality. The infinite regress argument fails because it overlooks the possibility of a self-existent being that is the uncaused cause of everything. In Islamic tradition, when doubt arises about the origin of God, believers are reminded of his unique nature. Hadith literature advises dismissing such questions as distractions and focusing on God's attributes that are evident in creation. The universe's existence compels us to recognize a creator. Without creation, there would be no need for such acknowledgement. However, since creation is evident, it necessitates the existence of an ultimate cause, a being that is uncreated, infinite, and eternal. God's eternal nature is an incomprehensible concept, much like trying to grasp infinity. While humans cannot share God's attribute of eternal existence, He has shared the gift of eternal life in paradise with humanity. This distinction underscores His unique nature as the Creator. In paradise, desires are fulfilled instantaneously, illustrating the Creator's ultimate power and generosity. This realization deepens our appreciation for God's attributes and inspires love and reverence for Him.